Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to my workshop. Mike McConville here, Stratford, Ontario, Canada. Anybody who follows my channel knows that I work on more Gibsons than any other brand. And out of the Gibsons I work on, a good percentage of them are Les Pauls. So I've got these two Les Pauls here. I want to sort of present an argument for this wraparound. So we'll start with this Gibson of Steve's that he sent up from Media, Pennsylvania. You see how high that tailpiece is here? See the threads exposed? Well, that's still touching the back of the casting. So we are going to go with the wraparound here on this one. Now let's have a look at the other one. This is the CS9 Gibson. As you can see, the tailpiece is right tight to the body, and the strings are still clearing the casting on both sides. So that's the argument. It all comes down to the neck set, the neck to body angle. It is not consistent on these Les Pauls. It's all over the map. So in this case, no wraparound. Definitely wraparound. So this is a Les Paul CS9, which is basically a vintage on spec 59 Les Paul standard, the Les Paul of all Les Pauls. This is Gibson's custom shop certificate of authenticity that comes with the guitar. It's kind of a nice touch, you know. Another popular misconception, I hear it all the time, is people bring up the pickup super close to the strings. It actually disrupts the vibrational pattern of the string because you're putting a magnet on a steel string. Let's compare apples to apples. So there's your low E, the original nut, and F. Okay, it's like 9 cents sharp. There's your A, original nut, 6 cents sharp. Original nut, D, 6 cents sharp, and G sharp, 5 cents sharp. Okay, here's the original nut again. Okay, that's like 8 cents sharp. Okay. Original nut. Okay, it's about 4 cents sharp. Stations, we've got a Larrivee Les Paulish kind of thing in. And I remember Larrivee had come out with electric guitars many decades ago, but he has resurrected the idea of building solid body electrics. P90 pickups and mahogany neck, all beautifully done as always. We also have this Gibson custom shop CS9. The idea was to sort of duplicate the original 59 Les Paul. And I want to point out a couple of things, looking at that Larrivee. One of the things that's sort of unique to this year is there's a taper on this headstock, so it's thicker here and it gets a little bit narrower towards the tip. So let's look at the Larrivee. So when you look at the cross section of this headstock, it's the same thickness all the way along. A lot of Gibson Les Pauls are just like this, same thickness all the way along. The early Gibson headstocks, even on the acoustic guitars, that were quite a bit thicker here, where they needed to be thicker because of their tendency to break, and they thinned out towards the top end. I do have to hand it to Larrivee that he's eliminated that breakage problem. They didn't router out the weakest part of the neck to get access to the truss rod. The truss rod on this guitar is underneath this little foam pad. You're going to see it later as we're working on them, much like the Music Man guitars. Great idea, great engineering.